please, all from foodtalktv.com and from here and all the other platforms. So, hi, JoJo. Come on, Pomo Chef's here.
Oh, I
And he
love
sent
JoJo.
hearts. Is he
He
not
is
so
such a
sweet?
sweetheart.
I know his mom has to love him. He's good to her. Thank you, JoJo. You're sweet.
So I'm cutting up my taters now. I'm just cutting them all roughly around the same size, or trying to. And this is my grandma's recipe. I'm just making homemade veggie.
It's a chicken pot pie. People keep coming in and asking, "What are we cooking?" We're both on Food Talk TV. Yes, we are.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Brian. East Coast Kellys are here. Hi, Brian.
Also, while this is in the oven, I'm going to also make some cookies.
Oh,
So just so that we still have talking to.
all right. This is still part of the one pot meals.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
because my cookies are all going to be made in one thing too.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I'm chunking them up and I can't see.
I hate trying to see over my hands. I wish Food Talk set a different precedent for people who cook than people who lip sync because we really have the work. It's so hard.
Hey, y'all.
To time your. Go ahead.
Uh, I was just going to tell them to share and tap the screens.
Yes, please. We're up to 2,000 likes, and I'd love to see 10,000 within. I won't say 10 minutes. I'll give you a minute. There we go. See, they're already tapping. And please share the live with at least 5 of your friends. Okay, please. I'm going to
All right.
share with Kaz right now.
So I got my vegetables pretty much done. Where's
3,
my?
4, 5.
I'm going.
Hey, JoJo, you have a good day.
Don't that look pretty? That
Oh,
looks pretty.
it does. I love colorful.
So I got corn, peas, and potatoes in here, and carrots. And now I'm going to add me in 1 can of cream of mushroom soup.
All
I
right.
ordered this stuff through the X-Back store, like um the American store.
What kind of store? American?
Yeah, they have an X-Back store for people who live overseas, and so you buy stuff from
Oh,
them.
that's awesome.
It's hard though; you can't get everything, but I stock up on cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soups.
Yeah, we're from the South. Well, it's true.
And I'm gonna add in a can of cream of chicken. Heinz has a brand here in Sweden and in Britain, so that's the one I get because it's cheaper. Even though I love Campbell's. And now this
Yeah.
is some chicken stock. When I boiled my chicken this morning, I'm gonna add it in here. Y'all can see that that's real chicken stock because that chicken thing on top. And I'm gonna set this out of the way. And I'm gonna give this a good mix here. And I already preheated my oven at 375 degrees in the sherry.
375.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And so I rinsed out that can, and now we're going to rinse out this can. I can't stand it when people don't rinse out their cans.
I know. Or leave any scrap in there.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, Poor folks have poor ways. That's the way we were taught, you know. Don't waste anything.
So I'm going to mix this up.
Have you made it this way before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had to make it this way in Sweden because they don't have that mix right there.
Veggie. Okay, gotcha. But you know what? That's more colorful.
So I've mixed this up, and I'm going to add in a little bit of black pepper. I don't believe it needs any salt because y'all know can of mushrooms and all that is salty. So I'm going to add in some black pepper and mix that up.
See, your pepper looks a little different. Maybe it's just the
No,
angle, but it looks.
I got the one that they ground up really fine. I had to get it on accident.
Do you like it?
Uh, it's all right. I mean, but I got to use it because I bought it and I opened it. But I prefer the one like home. So I'm going to spray this, my casserole dish. And I have some chicken here. I need to cut it up.
Brian, East Coast Kelly's, he wants to know, will there be a recipe for this?
I've made tons of videos on this, and there's always going to be a recipe on foodtalktv.com. And I also have it in the link in my bio of my actual TikTok account, just like Granny. So I'm going to just shred this chicken up. I know that people usually use their little hand mixer,
Mixers.
but I just do it like my grandma does it.
You know, I said the very same thing in my last live, or the one I did my chicken and dumplings. I'll say, I know most people use a mixer, but I said the same thing. But now I like mine chopped. Well, I don't care. My husband likes it chopped. So I chop it.
Well, see, my grandma don't use a lot of chicken in her chicken pot pie. I know that's weird, but this is about 2 breasts here, and bone-in breast. I already took the bone out because I didn't figure y'all wanted to watch me do that because that's how I got my stock, because we add a little bit of stock in here from the cans, you know. So what you do is you just kind of mess it up a little bit, and then we're going to put it on the bottom of our casserole dish. And my grandma used to get so mad at me because I didn't put it in the middle, in the bottom, because she's like, you don't mix it together because nobody likes that. Put the chicken on the bottom. And I'm like, okay, Granny. I don't know. It's just how she is. I was like, it don't really matter.
Now Brian says I'm a chopped guy.
So now I'm just going to pour this over the top like my grandma says.
Did
I'm going
you
to
know
smooth
that
it out.
Kaz just called me?
Why?
I don't know. He knows I'm online.
Maybe he didn't see you.
I wish I knew.
All right, so I'm going to scrape this out. Maybe he was just reminding you.
Yeah, right. Hey, Ashley. Not Ashley. Ashton, there's too many A's. I'm going to have to go off and come back because that's got me in a drag.
Okay. All right. Well, I have this already. Now I'm going to make the topping. All right, you guys. I got to wash my hands. Alright, you guys, please tap those screens and make sure you're following Food Talk TV. I'm going to make the topping now. I have to make my own self-rising my own self-rising flour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little doohickey buddy here. And
I have one of those. Does it hold a cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're my Pioneer Woman ones that I brought from America.
Oh.
So I'm going to add in that. And I'm also going to add in some baking powder. I also have my Pioneer Woman measuring spoon somewhere. They might be in the dishwasher. Not so right here. Right here. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of baking powder because I have to make my own self-rising flour. And I'm just going to mix that up real good. And then I'm just going to sift that in to make sure that baking powder and flour gets mixed in there real good. Look how pretty that looks. That looks like snow. And then I also got to add in some salt to that. Where is my salt? Y'all, I couldn't find my way out of a paper sack. So
I used to say that about fighting. I can't fight my way out of a paper sack.
Oh, I can't fight either.
Yeah, I fight like a girl.
That's what we call it, me and my sister. So I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt. And that right there makes self-rising flour, in case y'all didn't know. And I'm just going to mix that up.
Oh, I got to tell you what Kaz said. He said, I like the nice lady in the box.
Oh, he's being a smart aleck.
Yes.
That comment. Man, somebody's salty today. So I'm also going to add in a cup of milk. We buy lactose-free milk because David likes to feed our cats milk. So just a little tip there.
You get what kind of milk?
Lactose-free.
What kind of milk?
Lactose-free.
Oh,
because David likes to feed our cats milk. All right.
Okay.
1 stick of butter. I'm going to set this out of the way. And in case y'all didn't know, 1 stick of butter is 114 grams. And we have markings here. So this right here, where did that knife go? Did I throw it in the sink? I sure did. All right. So this is about 114 grams right here. I'm going to go put that in the microwave.
Hey, y'all, tap the screen and share the live. Keep us on the FYP, please, because I see you sweet people nearly have 8,000 likes. So keep tapping and let's get it to 10. Like and follow the host.
All right.
And this nice girl cooking, her name's Just Like Granny.
Where is my... Here it is. My whisk. Here's my whisk. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start mixing up this flour and that 1 cup of milk. And this is going to be the topping to our chicken pot pie. And I just use the same bowl here as I put everything else in. And then we just transfer it over to a casserole dish.
Well, you act like you've done this a time or two.
Yeah. I do it a lot. David loves my grandma's chicken pot pie.
Brian, are you talking about the girl cooking? This page is Food Talk TV, and the girl cooking is Just Like Granny. Well, she's a young woman, but Just Like Granny. So
I'm going to add in my melted butter now. Whoop. It was hot, so I dropped it. It's all right. So, and I'm nervous Because this is like the first time me and you's going live together.
Oh, well, you should be less nervous because I'm the nicer of all of them.
That's not what
I'm
Kaz
just
said.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. Maybe that's why he's buttering me up right now.
So
He like.
that's my topping to it.
Now listen, somebody said no traditional pie crust. I'm invested. I love a new way.
This isn't a new way. My grandma's been making this for like 50 years.
Yeah, my grandma did these kind. It is kind of like a cobbler. It sure is.
It's also how my grandma makes her peach cobbler.
Yeah, except with a little sugar in it, maybe.
And she uses buttermilk, not real milk.
Yeah.
I'm going to pour this over the top here.
Yes, I've eaten so many like this. Back in the day.
So I'm going to do this.
Hers is truly 100% homemade because she didn't use anything from a can. Nothing.
So I'm going to smooth it over the top here. Make sure the corners get it because I love nice crispy corners.
Oh, we got over 100K. Wanda wants to know, can you use self-rising?
Yes, you use self-rising flour. I just don't have any. I had to make my own. All right, so I'm going to put this in the oven now for about 45 minutes. And then we're going to start on our cookie brownie things.
Oh, yeah, she did use canned soup. Hey, cream of something does not count, trust me. But she used her own chicken stock, not the kind out of a box. Yeah, cream of something doesn't count.
Anybody who's a southerner knows that cream of chicken and cream of mushroom don't count if it comes out of the can. Because we use that in every single kind of casserole.
Every single casserole.
And if you say you don't, we know you lie and you need to go to church.
It makes good everything.
All right. So I got me another bowl here. And I got this cookie mix right here. And I'm going to make actually like chocolate chip brownie cookies. I'm going to put it in a casserole dish as well. If I can make it up. Oh my goodness, why they make this so hard for people to get into if they want us to use it?
I know.
I'm having a, oh my God. Okay. I'm having a real hard time.
It's a chicken pot pie, Cheryl.
All right.
Homemade.
And then I'm going to add in 1 thing of banana pudding. And it's funny because the Swedish stores don't sell this, but the Arabic stores sell it. So, I don't know.
You've just had to go on a search to find what you need.
Yeah, I just dropped a whole bottle of oil on the floor, but it's okay.
Oh, my word. Don't fall.
I'm clumsy. I'm real clumsy. I hurt myself on a daily basis. You have to ask Kaz. It's bad.
So it's a cookie mix and you put banana pudding, like we banana pudding.
Yeah, like if you were making banana pudding, but
Right,
it's
cool.
banana flavored. So I'm going to add in another cup of milk here, if I got it. Almost. That's fine. And I'm going to add in some eggs.
Chocolate chip brookies.
I'm going to add in 2 eggs to this.
Y'all, we're so Southern. We know we're not going to get an eggshell in it. I mean, I felt that with my soul. Invested. She's invested. There it goes.
So now I'm just
I
gonna
love
mix.
it.
Oh darn it! I need to melt the rest of that butter, don't I? Where's my little thing? Also, you guys, whenever you're making mixes that have baking powder in it, always add
A cup.
another tablespoon in there because you don't know how long that stuff's been sitting on that shelf.
Hey, good advice. It was a cup of milk, right?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm
Okay.
gonna add in the rest of that butter here. I feel like I'm going too fast.
Well, especially since you're going to have that chicken pot pie in the oven for 40 minutes. Gotta slow this down. Slow you roll, girl. Slow you roll.
I think I'm nervous. I think it's my nerves.
Well, if anybody doesn't need to be nervous, it's you.
I need to check my blood sugar.
Y'all,
Uh,
watch
I'm
her
fine.
act like she never cooks. Come on, girl.
My blood
I
sugar. So I'm just gonna mix this up. Uh-oh. My butter's
chicken
hot.
pot pie. We have almost 15,000 likes. Y'all, please keep tapping. You're doing great. Y'all are my BFFs. And share the live,
Thank
please.
y'all for all the likes and the shares. I love y'all so much. It means so much to me. So I'm just gonna mix this up, and when I have some banana pudding, I have 2 eggs, a cup of milk, and some chocolate chip cookie mix. And I'm just gonna mix this up, and this already smells so good.
I know it must. How
And
much
now
butter was it? A cup?
I use a stick of butter.
A stick? Okay. Which is a
Yes.
half cup for us. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So
Well,
I'm gonna mix this up, and then I'm also gonna cut up some more dark chocolate and fold in some pecans. Pecans.
is that really how you say it?
Pecans.
Oh my word. I've never heard a southern person do that. We usually say pecans.
Grandma calls it a pecan, so that's how I say it.
Okay, so you're from where?
Georgia.
Georgia? Yep, pecans. Because my English teacher was from Georgia. She talked like that, like a Southern belle, and she always said pecans.
Because we have pecan trees and stuff like that. Now this is some like Belgian chocolate. This stuff is like that I'm gonna be putting in here, and it's 55% dark chocolate. Mork right there. That means dark in Swedish.
Hmm. More chocolate. Yummy.
So I'm just gonna
Nanny,
put
nanny.
it up the best I can. I guess we're shaving it. Whoop.
You're right.
I need David. I'm not strong enough for this.
You ever wish you had a sous chef?
Yeah, someone
Yeah,
with
me too.
muscles. Because some of these people be wanting me to cut up like squash and stuff like that. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm crippled. Like, come on now.
I got to tell you what Cass said. A
Huh?
pecan is what a trucker keeps under the passenger seat.
Oh, I thought he said that's what he drinks out of.
Burn, Cass, burn. That was a burn. Uh,
All right,
y'all,
so I'm just going to keep shaving this chocolate that's bouncing around here.
that's a pew pew. Oh, yeah. Oh, Cass said, ouch. Hey, y'all, we're almost to 20. Look how close we're getting. I mean, 17, that's close. So just keep tapping, please, and follow the host. Follow, just like Granny, she's doing the cooking right now, and
Mm-hmm.
she's making some wonderful cookies. Please tap the screen, share the live, um, keep us on the
Well,
FYP.
I said cookies, but I meant I was going to put it all in a casserole dish because I read the cookie box and it said cookies.
All
You
right, so
ever do that? You mean
yes,
something else?
yes, I do all the time. I think our brain is programmed like that.
I know my grandma's the same way, so it'd be nice if my grandma had internet though, because then she could watch me cook and tell me what to do.
Oh yeah,
My grandma don't believe in the internet though. She says it's the devil.
that's my husband. Yeah.
He's like, nothing good has ever come from the internet. That's what my grandma and my pop says.
My husband says, well, I'm this age and I have never had a cell phone and I'm not going to. So I got him one for his birthday a couple of years ago and he
Uh-huh.
kept it 2 days and made me take it back. Ungrateful. Old fashioned.
Well, I didn't get a cell phone until I was 16 years old. And it
Well,
was one of those Motorola ones that I had to work for on my grandparents' farm and pay for it.
I was in my 40s, maybe 50s before I
So I
got
had to
one.
pay for all my minutes. My parents didn't pay my phone bill. I
Did you
did.
ever have one of those phones that had the little ball? What's it called? Black Blackberry?
Yeah, Blackberry. Yeah, I had one when I was
Oh,
18.
Cass said, them phones be spying on you.
All right, so now I got some pecans here, and I'm just going to add in the ones that I have left over. And
That's
then I
going to be
have
so good.
other ones here. Because it's kind of like a banana nut bread married a chocolate chip cookie.
Do you know what I saw last night on the TikTok? You know how you make banana bread? Well, they mixed it up sort of like that. You know how we make potato pancakes?
Yeah.
They mixed it up like that, bananas, and they made banana um, like fritters.
Mm.
Fried them. They look so good. Yes, she is Ashton. Yes, banana cookies. Now they're looking more like a cookie. They looked thin a while ago.
Thank you, Miss Sherry.
Well, at first I was thinking that would be a great cake. It would,
All right,
don't
so
you
I'm going to
think?
set this aside. I'm going to find me another casserole dish. I got like 200 of them. I got this Pyrex one right here.
Oh,
And
that's pretty.
spray it up. You know, I got a story about this. I went to a market right here, and this lady was selling a whole set of these, basically brand new Pyrex from like 1950 right here, the British kind.
Oh my
And
word!
I went over there and I was like, "How much you want for that whole set?" And she goes, 300 35 krona. And that's basically like $3.50. And I said, "Are you sure?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's just junk anyways." And I go, "Okay."
Oh man, you lucked out, girl. Those are beautiful. That's pretty, very pretty. Where do you store all your stuff? I don't have room.
I
I
have David's redoing my kitchen, and he's making it like disabled help, with like pull out drawers and stuff like that.
oh, that's gonna be awesome.
So we got that right there. Gotta wash my hands.
She is in Sweden. She's from Georgia, but she lives in Sweden. Cass said robbery must be legal in Sweden.
What must be legal in Sweden?
Robbery. He's so mean.
Like you robbed that lady.
It ain't me.
He's mean.
So I'm going to have to wait to put this in the oven for a few minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show y'all how the chicken pot pie is already looking. You can see it starting to brown
Oh,
already.
yeah. Yes. Do you like Sweden?
Do I like Sweden? Yes, I do. But I miss home for sure. I miss my grandparents. I miss my uncle. I miss my mama and my sister, my little sister. It's hard going to a new country and not having no family.
She's going to put it on the website. She is going to, and it's on her page. You can find it places. But now, Brian, East Coast Kelly's, and we followed each other forever. And I don't know how in the world he just found you, but he says he's been trolling your website for 20 minutes, your page.
I'm going to turn that chicken pot pie and put the brownies in there, or whatever they are. That way I got both things in the oven. What made me move? A man.
That's a great answer.
So we got both things in the oven now. We got about 30 more minutes. Let's see. What else can I make? I want
to see. I want to see the front of the stove.
You want to see the front of my stove?
Yes, it looks different. It looks like old timey, but I love it. I know it's not, but it kind of looks at the knobs. I love it.
Yeah, I was going for the old timey look. Like my wallpaper has hummingbirds all over it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see, what else can I make?
Watch her be like Kaz and just come right up with something. He can come up with stuff on the spur of the moment. I'm not like that. I'm one of those, I got to think this out a little bit. I've already got my stuff for my live on Monday.
Chicken pot pie, cookies. Wonder what we can do.
Cheesy garlic bread. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't have.
I think I did it too fast because I was nervous.
You shouldn't. But you may have to do what Kaz does and cook a ta-da. It's already done. He cooks two of everything. Dennis said, "Good evening, Ashton."
Good evening. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make me some cornbread because I need to make a cornbread dressing video. So I'll go ahead and make
salads.
Show y'all how I make my.
Hey, but you got to wait for it to cook too. Somebody said salad.
But I ain't got no in my house.
I'm like that. If I'm going to make salad, I'm going to buy the stuff that day. I don't let veggies sit because they inevitably ruin.
Yep. So this is my cornmeal. They don't have self-rising cornmeal here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 1 cup of cornmeal.
Hey, Julie said you're the best cook she's ever seen.
What? We got Bama right here and you say that. Like,
well, she may not know who I am, even like Brian didn't know who you were. I'm glad he found you. How is your garden, Kaz said?
My garden, well, we pulled up all the tomatoes and this is how much tomatoes and stuff I still have. Hold on, let me show you. I have to, after I made 10 jars of 7 jars of tomato marmalade, green tomato marmalade. This is all the tomatoes and stuff I still have left.
Woo.
I have to cut it up and freeze it. But this is a small jar of my tomato marmalade that I made.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's you see it jiggling in there? You know it's set good. It's citrusy and sweet at the same time.
What
But
do you
has
do
tastes
with it?
like green tomatoes. You eat it on biscuits or cornbread or with
Ooh,
fish or any kind of
ooh,
cheese.
fish, yeah. Well, it looks good. Savannah said, "Tell us about your grandma."
My grandma, my Granny Sue. I grew up on a small little. I'm not gonna say small. It was about 100 acres of farmland, and I grew up on a dirt road. And my grandparents lived there when they got married, and my grandma was actually born there. My great grandma had a house there, and so my great grandparents used to do a lot of cotton farming. And my papa, what's his name, Hoyt Holder, he was the first one in the county to buy a tractor. So he was always doing stuff like that. And my grandma grew up picking cotton and living off the farm. And my great grandma, my Granny May, she was really big on the church. She was a holy roller. If you don't know what that is, look it up. And she would make milk for everybody and cheese and pickles and jams and stuff like that didn't have a lot of farmland or couldn't do stuff like that, and she would sell it. And she also did people's laundry, and she also had a quilting circle, and it was out in a little bitty house that used to be her mama's house on that land, because they had that land since they came over from Ireland. And they would have a quilting circle with the church, and they would quilt and they would crochet, and that's where I learned. I'm doing 2 batches of cornmeal in this, and that's where I learned how to quilt and how to crochet and everything like that. And I grew up around old people. A lot of young people I didn't make friends with because I was a girl that went to church all the time. So I didn't do the drugs or alcohol drinking or any of that stuff that other kids did that were my age, you know? So I stayed around all the old people and all the old people of the church.
You're getting lots of comments here about some of this. First of all, you've got 25,000 likes,
Thank
and
you.
some people are saying you should make chow chow with your green ones and get some cabbage. I made that on my page. It's so good, but I
I
would
love
love
chow
to try
chow.
the marmalade. I would. One lady said make tomato jam with the red ones.
Uh,
And
uh, is Pentecostal? Yes, I'm Pentecostal.
did you get to bring any of your quilts with you? I bet you didn't, did you?
No, they're in a cedar chest in my grandma's house. She's not going to give them to me until she dies, she said. So I'm a little bit old this. But I crochet a good bit. I can crochet really fast. A lot of people don't realize how fast I can crochet until they're sitting there watching me and I done have like 3 rows done or something.
Wow.
It's just because me and my grandma, what we used to do is we'd sit there in her living room and crochet together, and we would watch like Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy or something like that, you know? So that's what we did. And we'd look down and our projects would be almost done because we'd be sitting there watching TV together and crocheting.
Do you know what my grandma and I watched together? The Guns of Will Sonnet and boxing and wrestling. We watched wrestling till I got about 11 or 12. Then we started watching boxing together. And the stories. You know what the stories are, Ashton?
The dramas, all my
Yeah,
shows,
like yes, yes. Because
and
that's what.
one day at a time, or what is
Yeah.
it? What
No. Oh,
one life to live.
yes. And every Southern woman called it the stories.
The stories, yep.
Yeah.
Even my great granny Hayes would call it that, and she was a real Irish lady.
Right.
They did cattle farming where I grew up, and my great grandpa Luther Hayes, he worked on the railroad, so he got a pension after the war from working on the railroad, and
Oh, wow.
so he bought some land, and he got it real cheap. And you want to know why he got it real cheap?
Wow.
There's a graveyard right in front of it.
Oh, it works for me.
It was a big graveyard, and me and my cousins would go and play in this graveyard. Like, I think I spent more time talking to those headstones than I talked to actual people.
Oh, my word. I have a question, and I'm being sincere. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You put the cornmeal and all that in there, and then did the next thing you put in butter?
Butter?
And you
No,
mix that up before you put you put egg,
I put
right?
buttermilk and oil.
Butter and oil, no egg.
Hold on, I can't hear you. I'm trying to find my skillet. David is
Sounds
mad at me.
just like me. All right. So did you put an egg? One egg?
Yeah, I put in one egg because I didn't have any buttermilk to make it rise, so I used an egg. And what I used was heavy cream instead.
Okay. Well, see, I'm asking because I saw you mix the oily stuff before you put the milk in, and I'm wondering, mine's really crumbly, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it to stick together better. So that's why I'm asking.
I don't know. I just do it like how my grandma does it. I'm gonna use my bacon grease.
Yeah, and put that handle right down in the grease, just like I always do.
Yeah, I don't even know why I use a spoon. I use my fingers
Uh,
to rub it in my bowl, my cast iron. Oops, got it on my other bowl. And so we're just gonna rub this in here real good everywhere. It smells good, that bacon grease does. It reminds me of sawmill gravy on Sunday morning at church.
mm,
At church, my little bitty church I used to go to, called the Browson Church of God, Church of Prophecy. And every Sunday morning they have breakfast and fellowship. And that's the church I grew up on. And my favorite song was "I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away." And there was this man, and he was super baritone growing up, but he was a little dude, like he was real short, but he had the deepest voice you ever heard, and he goes, "In the morning."
mm. Is this a sweet cornbread?
No, this is just me improvising because I ran out of milk and buttermilk.
Awesome. I
And I
love
had
that.
anyways because I was going to show everybody how to make cornbread dressing like my great grandma makes on a video soon. So I'm getting it out of the way while that's cooking.
Mayonnaise in your cornbread. Well, there's eggs in mayonnaise
Yep.
and oil. Sounds logical.
I put mayonnaise in cakes sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. Do you know what I have? I figured out that some of the things that might make my things different than my grandma's, especially cornbread, she never used buttermilk or milk. She had on her cabinet, sitting on her cabinet, what she called clabber milk. And they had cows. And she would do all this process and then make butter. And then she left the milk on the cabinet to clabber, and they called it clabber milk. And it was never in a refrigerator. It was every day. It was added to and changed, and
My great grandma did the same, but that's what they called buttermilk because she would make butter out of it. She'd let it sit, and then those clumps would form. And
yes.
she'd take those clumps out, whip it together in her churn, and that's how she made butter. And then she'd beat the tar out of it. And then the other thing was she would let that milk spoil,
Uh-huh.
right, real sour, and that's what she used as buttermilk.
We're saying the same thing. That's exactly what my grandma did. And Cass says it's called spoiled milk, but it made the best cornbread. All buttermilk is spoiled milk anyway.
Because my grandma and my mama calls regular milk sweet milk,
Yes.
and
Yes.
my grandma calls that other stuff sour milk or buttermilk.
Yeah. I think we grew up on the same farm. I mean, we call everything the same and did it the same. And hi, Jeff Bradley. And I think it's because, we're so far apart. Even though we're so far apart, we still did things the same. Uh,
So there's the chicken pot pie.
that
The
looks
brown
so good.
still cooking.
Good, Ashton. Don't forget to get pictures.
I know.
I know. Hey, y'all, we have 26,000 likes. Could y'all please tap the screen and keep us on the FYP? Por favor, please. You can do it. Hi, Chef
But look,
Bradley. Mm-hmm. That's what
I
I'm talking.
love this. This is my favorite thing. I'm not going to cut into it because I need pictures, but I'm going to take the camera down and let y'all see around it. But this was my meal thing right here.
Yummy. And so the vegetables just get done while it's in the oven.
Yep.
I'm from Arkansas too. Hi, Deb Doodle. Deb Doodle.
And y'all can see this. And I'm going to do this for you. Look at that beautiful pot pie crust right there.
Well, yes.
And how my grandma makes it right there. And then taters are done, then carrots are done. I'm going to try to surgery that back together. Don't show it in my picture.
All my Arkansas people are coming in here. I've got 3 already spoken up.
All right. And now we're just waiting on the cookie thing. God, that tastes so good. I dipped my fork in it and I tasted it. Now I'm like, I need to put it over here on the stove to get out of the way. Actually, I'll just leave it here so y'all can look at it. Do y'all have any questions about this?
How quickly can you send me some?
I don't know. It might be pretty expensive. It might not. It might not be any good once I send it.
That's too bad. But that looks really good. And I am going to look for your recipe and I am going to make it, and my husband is going to eat it, whether he likes it.
I hope that you do make it. If you make a video, tag me in it. I'd love to see it. I love watching
Oh,
it when you
really?
cook my stuff. Like with my fried potatoes, I was like, oh, I felt like I was a movie star or something because like a big person like you, celebrity on
Oh,
TikTok,
holy moly. I'm
potatoes.
not. Hey, you know the video? I don't know if you saw it that Trisha did, and she had the corn, and it was doing this really soft corn, a big lump of little soft corn.
Yeah.
Well, there's this dude that she tagged because he wrote the song, and I said I did a TikTok about the purple whole peas and what they were, and I said, you know that song, corn, a big lump of knobs it has. And I sang it. And I said, if any vegetable deserves a song, it's a purple whole pea. And that dude wrote a song and put it on that page. I just found it this morning.
Y'all keep asking me where you're going to find it. You can find it at foodtalktv.com, or you can find it in the link in my bio, or you can go through my page on TikTok. I've made this like 20 times in the videos. So you can find it. It's everywhere. But please be more patient, especially with Miss Sherry telling a story. We're going to get to you. I promise.
And
Just
it's
give
all the same question.
just give Miss Sherry the respect that she deserves. She is our elder, and you need to respect her.
How many people will that serve?
Me?
No, for real.
Uh,
About
1, 2, 4, 6, 8. About 4. 4. It's 8 servings and 4.
yeah. Unless you've
So,
got some really hearty eaters.
but then again, here's a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's for comparison, and it's like 2 bottles of Sweet Baby Ray's. So now I'm just waiting on the cookie thing to get done, and
Good
it's
morning.
so we've made a lot of stuff today. We did good, y'all. Please make sure you tap in that screen. Please share the live, you guys. And please follow Food Talk TV and Miss Sherry Skinner here. She is a wonderful cook, and she is close to 300,000. She deserves all kind of respect and love. She is just one of the kindest people I have ever met.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Deacon. Deacon's in here.
Yes.
Oh, Ashley, I hope you know who he is. If you
I
don't,
follow
please
him.
look
He
him up.
follows me. Miss Sherry, my
If
name
you,
is Ashton, not
did I
Ash.
say Ashley? There are too many A words in our uh, Food Talk TV, y'all. There's only one Sherry, but a bunch of
If
Ashleys,
Kaz was
Ashtons,
here,
Andrea.
if Kaz was here, he'd say there's too many a-holes.
Well, he's here. I'm
I
pretty sure he is.
say that, but this pie fit me.
Yes, he did ask the pecan. That looks very good.
All right, so I'm just waiting on the cookies. Y'all see I got a mess everywhere. Y'all just ignore it. I
I'm
have to
near,
stuff all the time.
Kay, I'm near Fort Smith. Well, California Huntress is in here, and she said, "Hey, girls."
I love Kaz. Kaz is so sweet. I can't believe that chicken pot pie already got done that quickly. We got 7 more minutes. So,
Somebody wants to
the
see
oven,
in the oven.
that's my oven.
Oh,
And David's been redoing everything. My vent matches as well.
we want to see in it.
You
She's
want to
wanting
see
to see.
oven? Okay.
She does. She wants to see in the oven.
Okay, flip camera. I got cornbread and that cookie thing going.
Sweet. Is it convection?
It's an air oven, yes, ma'am.
All right.
And there's my garden so far. Y'all see that big thing growing right there? That's a pumpkin
Mm-hmm.
has taken over my
What
garden.
is it?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkins.
I don't know what I'm going to do with all that pumpkin. Probably make pumpkin seeds or something. And then,
Invite all the neighborhood kids to carve.
I have cucumbers and stuff like that over there. And then my yellow squash, which I'm going to freeze soon.
Do you live close to mountains?
There's mountains everywhere in Sweden. So it's kind of
Oh.
like Smoky Mountains here everywhere. So yeah. But this is my Georgia shirt.
Yeah, alpine what?
Lots of pumpkin pie and pumpkin bread. Yeah, well, fall's coming up. I'm going to show y'all how to make my pumpkin pie and stuff like that.
Do you make it with fresh pumpkin?
I've never
No.
made it with fresh pumpkin. I usually use the Libby's pumpkin puree. But I think since I'm going to have so many, I need to bake them in the oven and just make my own puree. Yes, I have fried squash blossoms. I do make chocolate pie. I've made so much stuff like that is Southern. You guys wouldn't even believe it. I'm just waiting on that dessert to be done now. I'm from Jackson County, Georgia, Northeast Georgia. Thank y'all so much for all of the I can't keep up with it. All of the stuff we're getting.
All the gifts. And we have 31,000 likes, nearly 32. Hi from Florida.
Shares.
Georgia.
Hey, y'all, everyone that's in here, can you do me a favor and just share it with one other person, one of your friends or family, even if we're about to go off, because it helps us out so much. You don't even know. TikTok loves seeing these things, the shares, the likes, the follows. They love seeing it, and it helps our analytics and everything out. So please
We're
do.
not going to lie. We love to see it too.
Yeah.
We do.
It gives me an ego boost. It's like, yeah.
Right. That's the way it ought to be. Yeah.
I was just thinking that I look like a horse right now because I'm like,
Yeah, with that long ponytail.
yeah. I had a lady in Sweden come up to me. I can't remember how long ago it was, maybe last year. And she just like, I had my hair up and she just started touching my hair without my permission. And she's like, "Who does your hair?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, because she heard me speaking in English to David. So she was like, "Who does your hair?" And I was like, "No one." I'm like, "God, DNA?" And she goes, "No, that's out of a bottle. You can't get that. You can't grow that naturally." And I'm like, "Okay, crazy lady. Bye now. Have a good day." Because
That is your color, right?
as I mean, if you know me, you know that I don't really wear makeup. I don't do nothing with my hair. I don't even do my nails. I just cook. Like, that's my happy thing. So it's like crazy lady.
My daughter's hair is that color. A little more strawberry. Oh, you know what Savannah Fraser said? I think you need to open a little Southern restaurant and introduce everyone to the Lord's food.
You know, that is true. Southern food is the Lord's food. You want to know how I know? There's scripture that said, Jesus said to, not Jesus, they said to fry food in oil and flour. If that ain't fried chicken, I don't know what is. God's eating fried chicken.
Mm, that's funny. Hey, but
There.
I bet you could make a good living doing that. For
All right,
real.
it's over, and it's gonna be a little soupy, but in about 30 minutes, it won't be. It'll set because it's gonna be kind of fudgy. But here you go.
Hey, I like fudgy.
Yeah, and that banana pudding or vanilla pudding, whatever you use, I know you've used that trick before with your cookies and stuff like that. It makes it
Mm-hmm.
so. There we go. We got this, and we have our chicken pot pie right here, y'all.
Mm.
And I just want to say thank you for joining us today. I got everything done. I know it wasn't exactly an hour, but I did my best. But we got
Good
everything done.
job. Good
And
job.
we really appreciate y'all coming and the support and the shares and the likes. It means so much to us, and we really do love y'all. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Y'all are the reason why we get up and do this, is to help teach y'all how to cook, have community, bank friends with y'all, all kind of stuff. And it touches my heart every time I come on Food Talk TV and see people from my own channel come and support me still. And whenever I see people from my own channel come and support Food Talk TV, and I know the other content creators feel the same. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And everybody's wanting to know about the cornbread.
Well, that wasn't part of today's thing, but you'll see it in a video when it's done. So don't worry.
All right.
All
So,
right.
did you make a butter swim cornbread once? I saw it
Yeah.
somewhere. I thought it was. Was it good?
It was good, but it was very buttery. So
Okay. So, how you did it today is your normal way.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Uh, except for I use buttermilk. I don't usually add an egg. My grandma don't. All she does is use self-rising cornmeal, oil, and buttermilk. That's it. And puts it in the oven at 400 degrees.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give it a try then.
All right. And like I always say, you guys, until next time, bye now.
Bye.